Hello you guys, welcome back to channel Claire. I'm so happy that you clicked on this video. I also want to take this moment to say thank you so much to the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. It's like made my day. It makes you feel so good. So think about liking, think about subscribing if you like this video. It would just put an even bigger smile on my face. But as you see from the title of this video, this is going to be a review here on this channel. I just did a review of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's argument and fight, and we kind of went over that. So I have my videos that you guys could check out on that. This video, however, is going to be on the audio of Amber and Johhny and a few other parties in Australia, okay? This is an incident in Australia where Amber Heard claimed that she was hit, beaten, choked, slammed, dragged across the floor with broken glass, sexually assaulted, hair pulled, all this stuff by Johhny. She was physically, sexually attacked by Johhny. That's what she's claiming. However, in this audio, none of these claims or injuries or anything are brought up at all. The staff that is there are not saying that Amber is injured in this way at all. They're not acting like they're concerned about Amber's injuries. They're more concerned about the fact that Johhny, at this point, what actually happened, a big-ass vodka bottle was thrown at his hand, and he had the tip of his finger severed, and cigarette burns in his face. Those were the injuries that were actually happening during this situation. However, Amber claimed in this fucking situation that she was harmed so horribly. Her nose was fucked up. She had cuts and bruises all over her body. However, we know that's not true because there's pictures and interviews that she did right after this that shows that she had none of those physical injuries whatsoever. So yet again, Amber, I was going to call her Lambert, like putting liar and Amber together, Lambert. Amber is a liar. A bold-faced fucking liar. So we're going to get into this audio. It's March 8th, 2015, Queensland, Australia. This is an audio that was apparently recorded by Amber. I don't know what she thought that this was going to show for her. Who knows the fucking reasoning, but this is an audio that Amber secretly recorded. So we're going to hear Dr. Kipper, we're going to hear Jerry Judge, head of security, RIP, Amber, Johhny briefly, and this nurse. It seems as if Dr. Kipper and the nurse are there for Amber because she is not well. Clearly you're going to be able to tell, throughout this video that she's not fucking well. Never has been well, in my opinion. But here we go. Excuse me. And I do want to say, before we start, it seems like I got this audio off of Incredibly Average, so he did his best to clean up the audio and stuff. So, but there is some parts where it's difficult to hear, so just putting that out there now. I'm trying to get it as loud as possible, but yeah, I'm just putting that out there. So at this point, Incredibly Average has given us some kind of screenshots or captions as to what's going on because you can barely hear. So what's happening now is Johhny has run out of the room.
Some closing comments at the end.
And Amber is running after him, saying that she did not mean to do whatever it is that she just did. Okay? So we're going to hear Johhny come through here. Please, if you're using headphones, there are going to be some loud moments. So, we hear Johhny. He says, I guess you're leaving Monday.
I wish you fucking understood what you are, and who you are, and how you fucked me over, and make me feel sick of myself.
Oh my God. So this is Johhny, I guess, right after this situation has happened, and he's like, I wish that you knew what and who you are, and what you have done and ruined me and fucked my life over, and have, at this point, he's at his, wits fucking end. Wits end with this crazy-ass bitch. And he said, I guess you're leaving Monday, and I wish you fucking knew who you goddamn were. Like, he is angry. He's angry at her. He's angry at himself for being put through this shit. And he's sick of himself that he's literally been in this situation with this crazy ass fucking woman. It's sad. It's sad. You can see and hear the distress and anger in his voice. So Johhny apparently is talking to Dr. Kipper here, Amber's doctor, and Johhny just said she's wearing down. And he was like, oh, Amber just kicked someone. So apparently Amber is out here fucking tripping, throwing bottles, burning people with fucking cigarettes, kicking people. Like, are you an animal? Are you a whole ass animal, Amber? Like, I feel like you need to be in a padded fucking cell, acting the way that you fucking act. And how dare you sit there and say that Johhny did all this fucking shit to you? Well, look at you recording this yourself of you being a complete fucking nut. A nut. So Dr. Kipper says there's still time to put this back on, all right? Talking about the tip of Johhny's fucking finger. So this is proof that this injury has actually happened, that Johhny said has happened, okay? And we heard in the beginning, Amber said she didn't really mean to. Sorry about the sirens. I live in this city, so like there's always some shit going on, so I apologize. But yeah, Jerry is saying, I'm not Jerry, Dr. Kipper is saying that there is enough time to still put this back on. This is something that Dr. Kipper is acknowledging happened, okay? Actually happened. Not all this shit that Amber's talking about, being slammed down, choked, sexually and physically assaulted. Dr. Kipper said he's probably going to need a skin graft. A skin graft. Wow. I guess they're trying to find where they put something. And Kipper said, so she did this. Look, Ben, look. So they're saying that Amber did this. This is here on tape, a witness, another party other than Johhny and Amber saying, look, she did this. Whatever it is that they're looking at right now, look, she did this, aka Amber fucking Heard. Okay, so Dr. Kipper says he can't find the fingertip. And the nurse comes in, Debbie, saying, what? There's a whole bunch of blood. Apparently the nurse is saying there's a whole bunch of fucking blood, yet again giving proof that this injury happened. So they're trying to look for the tip of this fucking finger so that they can put it back on. They feel like he's going to need a fucking skin graft. So they're looking where the initial incident actually happened and feel like this fingertip should be somewhere in the vicinity of where this took place. Ooh, and the nurse says, holy fuck. They're on the search for the fingertip that Amber and her crazy fucking ass has managed to slice off. And Debbie is saying, wow, wow, wow. So I can only imagine like they're going through the room of where this incident happened and it's fucking completely trashed. Because Amber had a fucking rampage and went through this goddamn apartment penthouse and destroyed it.
I just so you know,
So Dr. Kipper says Amber is shattered to the bone. I don't know if you can tell. And the nurse simply responds, awesome. Apparently there's some big mess. So there's lots and lots of blood. Someone tried to clean it up. This is what Dr. Kipper is saying. I could only imagine. Poor Johhny. So he's got a lot of pain. Johhny's in pain, but there's also like paint going on. But he's sad, he's scared that this can possibly get infected. I guess some blue paint was around. So Dr. Kipper is saying that he's... Yeah, so they're trying to find where the most blood is to find this fucking finger. In this mess of an apartment that they're having to go through. And it's like crazy because like celebrities, like I know they have like handlers and like people who like help them through their daily life and, you know, assistants and this, that, and another. But I'm sure they felt like I didn't sign up for this fucking job to be dealing with this crazy ass bitch. Like who signs up for that? Like I can't wait till Amber comes through here. Okay, so Dr. Kipper is telling the nurse to go down to, I guess, the other apartment where the most blood is, and they're going to look around. I guess this guy named Ben is down there too, so there's multiple people who have seen the fucking scene that took place on that night, March 8th, 2015. And Amber still decided she wanted to make up a fucking lie and say that all this shit was done to her, knowing that after this incident, she was seen by multiples of these people. Delusion at its finest. Here comes Amber. Dr. Kipper says, couldn't find it. And Jerry is here too. So Amber's going to say it's not in the trash or in the entrance. So I guess Amber is as well joining in on finding this fucking tip of Johhny's finger that she caused to separate from his body due to physical actions and assault. You dumb fucking bitch. It's not in the trash or the entrance, she says. So Dr. Kipper says, my advice, Amber's got to take care of herself. We're going to take care of him, which is true because Johhny is the one who is actually physically injured. At this point, Amber's coming out looking for the fucking finger with everybody else, so clearly she's not injured at any point. And Dr. Kipper isn't mentioning anything about injuries that Amber has. And Dr. Kipper is saying they can't be together now. It's going to send her off. She's going to be really combative. You can't even be trusted to be in a room with Johhny after you have already physically harmed him because Dr. Kipper is worried that you're going to be combative. Like, there's something mentally not right in Amber's psyche, mental whatever. Like, I really think that she has some type of condition, illness. I'm not trying to diagnose anybody, but it's clear for anybody who has been listening to these audios, and this just the whole made-up story to begin with. Only someone who has a mental illness would be able to do some shit like this. This is not a normal human type thing to do to somebody. It's just not. So they're having to separate the two of them because Amber can't be trusted to fucking act right. She's going to get combative. She's going to get crazy again. She can't be trusted to be in the same room as Johhny. That's sad. So Dr. Kipper is saying he thinks that Amber should be in Los Angeles with her support system. Right now they're in Australia. So they're trying to get her bitch ass back to LA. And they're saying that this whole situation is going to have to run its course. Like, this is what Dr. Kipper is saying, okay? This whole situation is going to run its course. It's going to take a few days because this is bad. This is bad. Like, and if Amber thought she was about to get back into Johhny's good graces after this, like nothing fucking happened, bitch, delusional. It's gonna be a few days. And because of this, Amber stomps away. She doesn't want to hear that she can't be near Johhny, that it's going to take a few days, that this is going to have to take time. She stomps away, and you can hear her footsteps. The nurse says, how bad is it? And they say that Amber is crying in the background. So right now they're trying to figure out how to get Amber's bitch ass back to LA. Jerry is saying that he can fly her, but Amber doesn't want Jerry because Jerry is of sound mind. He's a strong-minded man, and he sees Amber for what she truly is. She knows she can't manipulate Jerry like she can maybe manipulate somebody else. So she doesn't want to go with Jerry because her deal is when she gets to somebody else that she can manipulate, she needs to try to find her way to get back to Johhny. And Jerry's not going to let her do that because he's head of security and he sees her. He knows what the fuck is up with this crazy bitch. He sees her. He's been around the block. He knows and has seen multiple times at this point of Amber acting fucking crazy. So he's like right here with her. So she doesn't want to deal with that because he's going to tell her about herself. And she doesn't want to hear that. Right. So Debbie, the nurse, says she won't have Jerry. And Dr. Kipper's like, she doesn't have a fucking choice. And Amber's just crying in the background. So apparently the nurse is talking about something that Amber takes regularly. But apparently she hasn't had this illicit whatever in weeks. Likely drugs, allegedly. And she's saying that she hasn't had this alleged drugs in weeks. So maybe tonight she had this drug, and this is why this shit popped off the way that it did. So mixed with your mental issues and then you being on another mind-altering fucking substance, would make sense that you would do some shit like this to Johhny. But you tried to turn that whole shit around and said that it was this man who harmed you, even though all these people are around. Do you guys understand how, like, fucking delusional you have to be as a person to, like, think that you're gonna get away with this shit? I mean, she did get away with it. But to think that, like, this is sane, like, this is okay and the right thing to do, and, like, you're completely okay with this even though you know people know the truth? And Dr. Kipper said, I just don't give a shit. I mean, I know, like, he's over it. Everybody just seems fucking over Amber in this moment. This seems to be, like, the height of, like, everything. And they've endured shit with the two of them up to this point, and they're fucking over it. Over it.
I mean, I don't need to validate what you're saying.
No, but I'm just wondering.
And Dr. Kipper's like, I don't mean to, like, invalidate what you're saying, but I don't give a shit. And the nurse is like, no, I know what you mean, but, like, I'm just wondering if there's anybody else that could take her, is what I'm saying. We'll see what Dr. Kipper says.
If there's another person, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I asked those same questions earlier. And all of those are that.
You hear Amber's crazy ass crying in the background? Yeah. So everyone's saying it needs to be Jerry who needs to take her back because he's not going to be manipulated because he's a strong man. So everybody knows Amber's manipulative nature. And nobody else can go there with her because they will be manipulated. She's a master manipulator. And these people know it. And they know Jerry's not going to deal with it. So that's who they want to take Amber back to LA. Although Amber does not want it. And Amber's crying in the background like a crazy person.
Yeah, is there a trash that has bandages in it?
Sorry about all this noise.
Don't mess with the house, man. What's just yes. Which I feel like.
Okay, so there was kind of like some stuff that I couldn't really hear, but it seems like at this point Ben may have found the tip of the finger, and so Dr. Kipper is like, well, has he left yet? And Deb was like, yes, I feel they should have another car take him or they can't go out to get him. So he's on his way to go to the hospital. They have the tip of the finger. So, yes, taking care of Johhny.
Look through this. I looked through it once. I didn't see anything that looked like that.
Amber's in the background saying all of this is happening because she's here. And that apparently Johhny has some paint all over him or something, some substance that's all over him that Dr. Kipper is really worried about getting infected. And we do know from the future that he did get, like, it was infected. So Dr. Kipper was spot on this for being worried. And it's so crazy. Like, Amber whole ass knows, like, she did this shit, and she's just in the background being so goddamn fucking unhelpful while all these people are trying to actually help Johhny. And she claims to love this man, and he's the shiniest thing in the world, and all this shit, da 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 da. And she can't even assist and get herself together enough to try to find her man's finger that she fucking severed. She's asking, is it hurt? Yes, bitch.
How big of a piece of skin are you looking for?
So Dr. Kipper is saying the third of the tip of the finger is what they're looking at. That's what they're trying to get. Amber's in the background saying, Johhny thinks it's my fault. What do I do? It is your fault. Is it not? Did you not throw a vodka bottle at him? Did you not? What do I do? Get help, bitch. So Dr. Kipper says, as Amber is going crazy in the background and they're trying to handle fucking business, he's like, shit, maybe she should have something to calm her ass down. Maybe she should take a little bit of something because she's doing the fucking most right now and isn't helping this situation at all. So let's give her something because this is too much. And you hear Amber in the background wailing, poor Johhny, oh my God, acting all fucking crazy. And Dr. Kipper goes, how can you deal with that? Nobody likes Amber. It's like anybody who's like been really fucking close to her and who isn't like a friend of hers that just wants to be riding on her fucking coattails, typically they don't have anything positive to say about this chick. They just don't. Like, she's literally crazy. And all of these people see it. Like, Dr. Kipper's like, how the fuck do you deal with this? How do you deal with this? Amber's saying, I love him. I didn't mean to do it on purpose. I didn't mean to hurt him. Implying that you did do something that maybe you didn't mean to do, but you started the fucking action of throwing the bottle at him. Do I think that she meant to slice off his finger? No. But if you're throwing a bottle at them, that does mean that you're trying to harm somebody. Does it not? A big ass fucking bottle? You're trying to harm somebody. And let's not forget, he also had cigarette burns. So, like, you put a cigarette out on somebody's face? Disrespect. Like, just disrespect. Like, this chick has no, like, human compassion. Like, all she cares about is herself. All she cares about is having control over this man. She doesn't care about loving him and treating him tenderly. She just wants control. She wants to know where he is at every second of the day. She wants to make sure that he has, is just giving her the money that she wants and is keeping up her fucking lifestyle. That is all she cares about. And having access to Johhny. That's all she wants. Apparently the nurse said she gave her 50 of Seroquel. So, And apparently, Dr. Kipper said they're going to handle the whole police investigation. So, as we know, Johhny tried to help this chick out, you know. So, I guess they tried to make up a story so that in the public, Amber wasn't shown as this crazy fucking person that she actually was. So, even still, when this shit was happening, Amber was like, she was still trying to be helped. Like, he was trying to help her reputation. Still. So he's screaming in the back. She's screaming in the background. He needs me right now. He needs me right now. And at hearing this, the nurse is like, instead of 50, 300. They're thinking this bitch is wild. Like, these people are just like, yeah, she's crazy. I don't think that 50 is gonna work. We're gonna need about 300. Like, I can only imagine. I can only fucking imagine.
Yeah. She only usually takes 25, and they were 50.
Oh, Sarah?
Yeah.
I'd be okay with 100.
Dr. Kipper said, so typically Amber only takes 25 milligrams of the Seroquel, and they're saying that they want to give her 50, and the nurse is okaying that with Dr. Kipper, and he's like, honestly, I'd be okay with 100, but let's give her the fucking 50. She's popping off the walls, you guys, and I wish this audio I could hear better of what Amber's actually saying. Like, you can faintly hear it, but I wish that I could actually really hear what it is that like she's like saying. Thankfully, incredibly average, he has given us like the captions and stuff, but I wish I could hear it more. But I think I'm gonna stop it here because it's already like 27 minutes in this video. At this point, we know that Johhny has been harmed. It has been admitted that he has been harmed. Amber has admitted that she harmed him. However, she did not mean to. But if you're throwing a bottle at somebody, you did mean to harm them. She did not mean, I guess, for his finger to get severed. But from that action that she did, that's what happened. Therefore, it's your fucking fault. And we hear Dr. Kipper and the nurse wanting to fucking put this chick on a plane with Jerry Judge to go back to LA, get them completely apart, get her bitch ass back to LA, deal with this shit with Johhny, and get her calmed and sedated, because right now she's at a fucking 10. Still at a fucking 10. So we're gonna see what happens after this in the next video. Thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing. Let me know what you guys think about your thoughts in the video below for this whole Australia audio. And if you guys have any other context that I can maybe hear Amber's crying and wailing and shit just a little bit better, because it's kind of difficult to hear on this audio. But yeah, this is quiet. It's crazy that she made this whole shit up, acting like she was so harmed and she was done so wrong and dragged through glass and sexually and physically, when whole time it was Johhny. The entire time it was Johhny. And April 11th is coming, you guys. Countdown. April 11th is fucking coming, and we will be covering it all here on Channel Claire. So stay tuned. I cannot fucking wait for this bitch to get her justice. I can't stand her. I cannot stand her. And every time like I see a new post of hers, it pisses me off even more, because she's just, I just have never like, it's sad. I'll leave it at that. So I hope that you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Monday's tomorrow, going into a new week already. But I will see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.